With the OG Bloodline search for a fifth member for their big match at War Games against the Bloodline 2.0 or the new Bloodline, a lot of talk has been going around throughout the wrestling community on whether the match at War Games should be 4v4 or 5v5. So in this video, we're going to basically just talk about why I personally think it should be 4v4 and not the 5v5, which it looks like we're most likely going to end up getting. So right away, my early opinion on this is yes, it should be 4v4 and not the 5v5. I understand that a War Games match is usually always 5v5, but with this match at War Games, it should be 4v4. We've obviously seen the Bloodline in a War Games match before, and it was 5v5, but that was when the OG Bloodline had everybody at its disposal. Obviously had Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and Solo Sikoa. Now they're subtracting Solo Sikoa, and now they're left searching for a fifth member. And I really do think that the match would work better if it was 4v4 because that makes it a little more personal. Because now you're throwing in two people that aren't part of this storyline at all, and two guys that have zero business being in this family story. Obviously, we know Bronson Reed is going to be on the Bloodline 2.0's team, and we're still waiting on who it's going to be on the OG Bloodline for the fifth member, although a lot of people are pretty much guessing that it's going to be Seth Rollins, given that Bronson Reed is on the other side. And while, yes, I did say that Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins are not part of the family, neither is Sami Zayn, but at this point, Sami Zayn is an honorary member of the family. He's the honorary Oos. At this point, Sami is fully in on this storyline. And I think the thing that's bothering me the most with this possibly being a 5v5 match is it doesn't make sense for anybody to join the OG Bloodline's team. The people we have been seeing the OG Bloodline trying to recruit, Seth Rollins, LA Knight, those guys have no chance of joining the OG Bloodline for this. Now, obviously, they're probably going to write in Seth some way because of his feud with Bronson Reed now, but it still does not make sense. In the last video that I uploaded, I talked about the layers and chapters that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have had throughout their WWE careers. Obviously, starting with the Shield, and then you have the breakup of the Shield and the steel chair in the back of Roman Reigns, to Roman Reigns becoming the tribal chief, and them having that feud when Roman Reigns was still champion. It just does not make sense for Seth Rollins to join Roman Reigns at this point. It just doesn't. Not only does it make sense from Seth Rollins' perspective, but it doesn't make sense from Roman Reigns' perspective either. Because let's not forget, they just had a tag team match at WrestleMania, and Seth Rollins had a hand in Roman losing his titles. Not just the Universal Championship title, but the title of Tribal Chief itself. So if Seth Rollins isn't going to be the one to join at War Games, who would that leave? There's been a lot of talk about possibly CM Punk and Brock Lesnar, given their history with Paul Heyman. And while, yeah, you can make an argument for CM Punk to join, I still just don't see that happening. And why would Brock Lesnar join Roman Reigns? Obviously, another huge feud that Roman Reigns has had in his career in WWE is Brock Lesnar. Even before Roman Reigns was the tribal chief, even when he was the big dog, he still fought with Brock Lesnar all the time. So again, my biggest takeaway from it possibly being a 5v5 match is it just doesn't make any sense. And if it is going to be Seth Rollins, they better have a damn good reason as to why he ends up joining the OG Bloodline here. Because if it ends up being just kind of like a lazy answer, people are going to call him out on it. Because, again, it just does not make any sense. So that is where I'm going to leave this one here, and I'm going to leave it up for you guys to debate about it in the comments. Let me know down below, do you think it should be 5v5? Do you think it should be 4v4? And let me know why you think it should be either 5v5 or 4v4. With all that being said, that is going to do it for this video here. I know this one was kind of more of a rant than anything, but this was something that I really just wanted to get out there because again, this is another chapter in the Bloodline storyline. One of the biggest, most successful storylines that WWE has ever told. And I just don't like the fact that they're starting to do stuff that just doesn't make any sense. Obviously, there's been stuff throughout the Bloodline storyline that hasn't made a ton of sense, but I don't think it's been quite to this level before. So again, more of a rant than anything, so I apologize if a rant video is not quite your thing. But I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button because it really will help out the channel a lot. Down below in the description is a link to our link tree. That link will take you to all of the social medias for this channel. I do suggest going and checking out our X page. Over on X, we do updates on Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and all of the PLEs. And I will say that this time of year, Fridays and Saturdays are just really, really busy for me. So SmackDown updates and possibly PLE updates may not be a thing, but updates for Monday Night Raw will still happen. But overall, I want the X page to be a place for wrestling fans to go and talk about wrestling, especially if you're like me and you don't have a lot of people to talk to about wrestling. So if that applies to you, swing by an upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw, join another conversation, and maybe it is for you at the end of the day. So again, that is going to do it for this video here. Stay tuned for more content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.